Rachel with Pineapple Papers, and I'm back with day 2 of killing the bingo card. So today I'm going to do the second row crossed. So it's wood veneers, so I just pulled out my big jar of wood veneers and I can decide which ones I'm going to use when I'm ready. And then the next one is watercolors. So I have this super cheap set from Walmart or somewhere like that of watercolors. The third one is flowers. Now this is going back in the stash. So I pulled all these paper type Prima flowers. I do know that there are some stickers that have flowers on it. My paper actually has flowers on it, so I don't know if that quite counts, but if these don't work out, those are going to be my flowers. Then the fourth one is enamel dots, and these are the 2 colors that I have picked that go with the Simple Stories Posh collection that I'm using. And then a stencil. So I pulled this kind of flowery stencil, and I'm pretty sure I got it on eBay for like $1. So I also pulled this polka dot one, but I really kind of think I'm going to use this one. So we'll just put that one over to the side so that it's available if I want. So let's get started and see what I create. So this is the picture I'm going to be using. It's just me and Tiffany outside the Orpheum. So I pre-gessoed my page, and you can see how it's kind of warping. And then I got this new modeling paste from Walmart, and I think it was like $3, which is super cheap. So I thought I'd give it a try. And I'm just using an old hotel key, because you know you always end up with those in your purse. And I'm just putting the stencil on both corners where the flowers are. And I am very happy with the texture paste. I think it worked really well. And so I will immediately go wash off my stencil. And I did dry the modeling paste as well. So now I'm working with my cheapy watercolors, and I'm going to do 3 colors, and I'm going to use the packaging technique. Now with the background being gessoed, it does spread very well. So I'm going to use a pink and a yellow and kind of a bluish color, and I'm pulling those colors from the flowers on the pattern paper. Now this yellow, when I put it on here, I was like, I should have just went in the kitchen and got some mustard, because I really feel like I just put mustard on my page. But the color is perfect, and I do like how it turned out, but it was really funny that that's what was going through my head at the point. So I originally started with one blue, and I had to add this like turquoisey color to kind of soften it up, because I didn't have a good mix of color for that. Now in between, I did dry the colors because I didn't want it to get muddy. I didn't want to make a green color with the yellow and blue, or make an orange with the yellow and pink. So here's a close-up of what it looks like, and I'm super happy. Now I see that the corners that don't have anything on them are starting to curl, and it is a 2-sided paper, and so I was like, well, I might as well just let them curl. They want to curl, let's curl them. The paper on the back is really pretty. So I grabbed this piece of paper that has been in my stash forever. I think it's from Michael's back in the day, where you used to get, it wasn't a paper pad, but you'd get like a ton of loose papers in like a box. And I want to say that had to have been at least 8 years ago. So to hold these corners down, I'm just adding some Zotz glue dots. And I like how that is looking. I'm just trying to adhere it down a little bit more, see if it will help my paper not be so warped. Now, when I started scrapbooking, these flowers were definitely, okay, so maybe not when I started, because that was all about cutting scissors and stickers. That was all you had for scrapbooking. But then these flowers came out, and it was like flowers and buttons. And so I have like millions of these little paper flowers, and they're all organized by color in cute little jars, and they look pretty, but I don't use them very much. So I was kind of excited to have flowers on there, and I decided instead of using the paper flowers and the ephemera and the stuff that I'm using currently, I was going to embrace some of my old stash. So I did fuss around with these flowers for a while, and I kind of decided I just wanted them to be an extension of the flowers on the bottom of the paper. So I didn't want to fiddle with them and get them glued down just yet. I decided I needed to do some of the layering on my picture so that I kind of had an idea of where that was before I was going to put it down. So I had this little leftover strip of paper. I guess it was probably like a border strip because it has these flowers on the top. And I liked the flowers, but when I put it behind my picture, it just felt like they were hidden. So what I'm doing off screen is actually kind of cutting them a little bit. And I did think I turned off the camera so you didn't have to see this. That's why I'm cutting where you can't see me. So I cut it a little bit so that they would actually overlap the picture. They kind of snuggle in there. So I have a few other scraps, and that's what I'm pulling right now, trying to figure out which scraps I'm going to use for my layering. And gosh, I did this for a long time, and it's even sped up, I think. Crazy. Okay, there I must have turned off the camera because I pulled out some cards there. So now I'm truly going to work on the layers, and this is where you can see how those flowers kind of nestle on top of the picture, and I really do like how that turns out. Now, if I could tape it down straight is a totally different story. So here goes those 4x6 cards, and I am so happy to use these. I love the Project Life cards. Love them. But I never seem to use them. I have this whole basket of Project Life cards and they don't go anywhere. So I'm talking my friend Tiffany, who is in the picture. She just had a grandbaby. So I'm like, you know what? You need to do Project Life. And so I think I have her hooked. So they're going to get used. Whether I embrace using them here as layering pieces or I have her over to scrapbook and she gets to use them and they get to go with pictures of the cutest little grandbaby, little Benny. He's so cute. So those are my layers. I'm going to pop it up on some craft foam from Walmart, and I still am going through my first pack. So that $5 that I spent on that pack has been totally worth it. So I'm going to rearrange these flowers where I like them and glue them down. And then I am going to take these wood veneer stars and put them as the center of the flowers of the blue ones. And then the kind of whitish yellow ones are going to get the pink enamel dots. And I'm just going to scatter a few of the other enamel dots around. And I went through the ephemera and found that cute heart. And I found a couple of other little hearts that I had fussy cut out that I'm going to nestle in those flowers, along with some tiny word stickers and that label up on the top, which would be really smart to put the date on, but obviously I haven't done that yet because journaling, not so good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely love this. I think so far this is my favorite row of the bingo card. So here's some close-ups, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye!